Hello, hi guys, Ivy here. I watched AmandaRachLee's Doodle with me for the BTS album After the Soul 7 and was inspired to do a recreation of her poster myself. And I was pretty excited to do it because it's mostly focused on lettering, which I really enjoy because drawing is so not my strength. So I picked up an A3 sheet of white paper and have already pre-planned my sketches to make sure I can fit in the 14 new tracks on the album, because if you watched Amanda's video, I really didn't want to have a black swan mishap. So I used a total of 5 different Tombow brush pens and an array of gel pens, which included a black, a gold and a white, plus my Pentel Sign brush pen in black, and I'll make sure that I list all those in the description below. So you can see I've started by popping a big 7 and wrote Map of the Soul over it, similar to Amanda's doodle, in the center of the page. And I actually picked up version 1 of the album with the pinkish 7 on the front, but kind of wish I'd gone with the version 4 now. So I decided to go in a circle with the songs so that it felt like you were being taken on the album journey. So in the top left corner, I put in a little play bar like the one I see on Spotify, and I have an arrow on the right end of the bar to signify it just keeps going until infinity. I mean, I don't know about you, but I've been listening to them on an infinite loop. Below that, I've popped Interlude Shadow, which is Yoongi's solo in the first track, or the first new track. And I'm doing the Tombow first so I don't smear the gel pen outline that I'll do after. And to help ombre the two colours, I'm colouring the dark blue and then the light blue right after each other so that the ink is still sort of wet and it makes it blend a little bit better. I drew a little scribbly crown and scribbly wings around Shadow to mimic the music video and represent the shadow self that Yoongi is dealing with. So next is Black Swan, and I love how different the sound for this song is, and the choreo is so beautiful. So I drew in this line art swan to represent that really artistic component of this song. So Filter, which is Jimin's solo, has a really fun flair to it, so I wanted a flourished font to help convey the mood of the song. The next track on the album was My Time, which is one of my favourites. I represented this song as an hourglass with the word my written in this digital clock lettering. And it's that inevitable passing of time that I wanted to capture with this illustration. So throughout the poster you'll see I pop in things like constellations, little tracks, trees, buildings, signs, and that sort of thing to sort of represent that sense of a map, a journey that you're on. Okay, Louder Than Bombs, another favourite of mine. The track name is Inside a Bomb with an earphone as the fuse, because it's actually a really personal song, so I felt like having the earphone was having it in your own ear, your own thoughts. This track was the one I was most excited for when they released the track list, and when I heard that Troye Sivan had co-wrote it, and trust me, it did not disappoint. Next is the title track of the album, On, which is so good, and like Amanda, I actually kept to the font in the Kinetic Manifesto video, which was downright amazing. The choreo is next level. So for the track UGG, I recreated that scratchy font that Amanda used here, as well, as I felt that it just depicted this song so well. And it's rather cathartic to scribble. Below that is the track 0 o'clock, and I raised the middle of the large block letters of 0 to convey a sort of resetting to something that was so much more easy and calm, with a stretched out cursive lettering for o'clock. So the next track on the album is Inner Child, which is V solo, and I've put in all these fun patterns inside the lettering to represent V's inner child and sort of a nod to his more fashion forward side. So this next track is Friends, and I wrote this in a mixed upper and lowercase lettering in this banner, which gives it that sort of whimsical, more sincere feeling to it that the track has. Next we have Moon, which is Jin's solo. I really like this song, such an upbeat departure from all his previous solos. I wrote Moon in block letters with a chunky drop shadow, and you'll see that I draw little white stars later once the black shadow is a bit drier, as the white pen just kept getting a bit blocked. So at this point I was worrying about smudging, so I went straight to the top to do We Are Bulletproof the Eternal. The song we all thought would be hard hitting, and it was hard hitting on the heart. So I chose brush lettering for We Are Bulletproof and this serif type font for the Eternal to sort of convey a certain maturity to their journey. So next we have Outro Ego, which is J-Hope's absolute sunshine gift of a bop. And I've chosen to write outro in this ribbon-like font that we see in the music video when J-Hope sings the line, "Wherever my way." Above that, I've drawn a little compass with the letters of ARMY as the directions. And you can see here that I chose to letter Ego to look like the bracelet J-Hope wore in the music video that had these colourful plastic letters spelling out hope. And last but certainly not least in this rerouted map is Respect, which has an old school hip hop vibe to it, so it really suited this old school graffiti bubble lettering. So for the rest of the video, you'll sort of see me putting some finishing touches on my poster here and there, filling in black space and trying to balance it all out. That blank space above Map of the Soul was driving me absolutely nuts. So I ended up brush lettering BTS there. So now I'm just erasing the remainder of my pencil marks, and there you have it, Map of the Soul 7 through my eyes. You can see I totally dented the paper over 0 o'clock and Inner Child because I dropped my camera on it while changing SD cards, and I was so annoyed with myself. Anyways, thanks for joining me in this doodle session inspired by AmandaRachLee and BTS, and I really enjoyed this process. Be sure to subscribe and like the video if you liked it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys!